Well, I was thinking about having the day off today. It's Sunday, relax, spend some time with the family. But there's some stuff went down last night. Lots of speculation, lots of anger, and lots of humour. So we need to talk about those things. The main topic is Tony Khan again, Tony Khan, and he has no self-awareness. He's in denial, and it's bad. It's a bad look. We'll get into that. But the first thing I want to talk about, and before we get into this topic, okay, I want to state that just because I heavily criticise AEW doesn't mean WWE are safe from any criticism, okay? That would make me just as bad as AEW fans if I was unwilling to criticise what I am a fan of. Because real fans are willing to actually criticise the thing that they're a fan of. If they don't like something they've done, whether that be on screen or off screen, okay? That is what real fans do because we care. Now, if you don't like what I'm about to say, that's fine. You're not supposed to agree with me on everything. But that doesn't mean you need to unsubscribe. That doesn't mean you need to write a nasty comment, because that happens. I say bad things about WWE. You're now a AEW mark. I'm unsubbing. That's not how it works. So, on SmackDown, Tama Tonga was wearing a t-shirt that said MFT, okay? Now, on first glance myself, I noticed a little bit of an issue with this t-shirt, but I thought it was just me. I thought it was just my eyes or something, right? And I was misinterpreting it. But when people started showing side-by-side comparisons, it's hard not to... It's hard to defend this. It's hard to not talk about it, okay? Now, when you look at the lettering, and I'm going to put a picture on screen now of Tama Tonga's MFT t-shirt, you'll notice that this looks a little bit similar to something else. That's because it does. Look at the MJF logo. Look at how the lettering is. Look at the font. Look at everything in it. I know it's only 3 letters, but it's practically the same fucking logo, okay? Now, I always call AEW out when they do something stupid like this, whether that being copying designs, camera work, right, or angles in general. I will call it out. And I'm certainly going to call this out, because why do this, okay? They've blatantly... They've blatantly plagiarised MJF's logo and, used it for themselves. And I get it. Business, cutthroat world, okay? I get it. But, why? Why choose that specific font in that specific way? It's indefendable. It is. I can't sit here and say that, oh, there's nothing wrong with this, and then feel good after. So, WWE, you need to do better, man, okay? You need to do better, because you're better than this. You are better than this. This is not something you should be doing. That's MJF's trademark logo. Don't try and rip it off. Whether you like MJF or not, that's his thing. So please, do better, WWE. You are better than this. You have better designers. You have better everything than AEW. You don't need to do this. So, if you listen to all that, want to unsub, go ahead, because I'm not here to shill. I'm not here to lie. Okay? Next, something else that's a little bit iffy in the waters, DIJAK. Now, there's speculation and rumours going around that DIJAK was not renewed by WWE because he is allegedly a Fightful informant. Now, we're not going to be on this topic for very long because personally, I haven't seen evidence. Okay? People say that they've had DMs, people say that it isn't real, right? DIJAK hasn't denied it, really, I don't think. And I don't know if Sean has either. But that's what people are running with, and I somewhat understand why people would think that. I've seen DIJAK be somewhat pally with Sap, and he recently did an interview with him. I think that might have been yesterday. So I understand why people come to that conclusion, but I personally have not seen the evidence, okay? If it's real, if DIJAK is a Fightful informant, then I probably would retract everything I said in the previous video, which I made about DIJAK, where I said that this was a massive L by WWE. It would be a W, because at the end of the day, places like Fightful and so on, while they do sometimes give us real information, right, giving us the information ahead of time of watching the program somewhat ruins the program, you know what I mean? So it depends how you feel about it. Do you want to be spoiled about things or not? I mean, I like to know certain bits, but there's other bits that I'd think, yeah, I wish you just shut the fuck up, didn't tell me about this. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't know if he is or if he isn't. I hope he isn't, because this would change my opinion on DIJAK. Because at the end of the day, I don't like it when all these undercard guys go run into Sap, and I would say Meltzer, but no one runs to Meltzer apart from the 8 guys in AEW. Run into Sap, being all pally. I mean, I don't know why wrestlers feel they need to be pally with fans, because that's what Sean is. He's a fan who happened to get some connections, right? So if DIJAK is a Fightful informant, fuck him, I guess. If he isn't, then yeah, it's still an L, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he rubbed people the wrong way. I don't know. I don't know what it was. They got DIJAK fired, or not fired, non-renewed. But I don't know. Maybe something will come out in the future. Finally, and I had a bit of an itchy nose. Tony Khan had an interview with Dave Meltzer. Yes, wow, what a pairing. Basically, during this entire interview, both men talked, said absolutely nothing. That's what you expect from an interview with Tony Khan, especially when he's being interviewed by Dave. Now, one of the things that Tony's done in this interview is show that he has no self-awareness. He is in denial, and he will just continue to do what he wants until AEW is 6 feet under. So Tony said, and Dave said, that television shows would kill to have the ratings and demo that AEW get, specifically the demo. And Tony Khan thinks he needs to keep doing what he's doing without changing anything. And he thinks AEW is going to have a great summer because everything's great. When it isn't. So you'd think a number like 502,000 and then the following week not even being able to break 700,000 would trigger something in this man's tiny little pea brain that maybe he's pushing people away. And he talks about fan feedback in this as well, saying he listens to all the fan feedback. He has loads of analysts. He gathers data. Where does he gather this data from? Because the dwindling ticket sales and the dwindling ratings should be what he's looking at. okay? But it's not. He's listening to crowd reaction from a basically empty building, okay? And he's listening to people online, but he's listening to the wrong people online, because they're the people that are telling him to do all this stupid shit, like MJF, one of their top guys, versus Hechicero. Who? sounds like a packet of crisps, like Doritos. Hechicero. That's what they're doing with MJF at the pay-per-view tonight. It's shit like that the AEW is in the place it's in. Nobody cares about Forbidden Door. Nobody wants Forbidden Door, okay? It was fun the first time they did it. I get it. But it is a novelty. It is a gimmick that doesn't last. It especially doesn't last as long as what they've been doing it for, okay? And especially when AEW has basically taken away every top star that New Japan, every top name that New Japan had. They took Okada, they took Kenny, they took Ospreay, they took Jay White. They're taking all of them. In fact, an AEW wrestler is their world champion. Make that make sense. But Tony, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand what's going on. He doesn't understand why people say what they say, and he needs to understand. He needs to learn to understand quick, because AEW is dying. It is. You can't deny it. Are they going to get another deal? Probably, right? Is Tony going to keep funding money? Probably. Is Tony's dad going to keep funding money? I would have said no this time last year, but now I'm saying probably, right? AEW will decrease in everything else until they're at the point where they're making TNA numbers. Because TNA, I don't even think they can sell 1,000 tickets for a pay-per-view, right? So AEW is going to get to that level. If Tony continues to do what he is doing right now, he is going to get to that level where he can't sell 1,000 tickets to a pay-per-view. And he's still going to be booking these big buildings with like 5 people in attendance. And it's ridiculous. I don't know what else to say about AEW, man. They're a sinking ship. The only thing I'm slightly interested in is what's going to happen between Will Ospreay and Swerve. Are they going to have their new Golden Goose lose? Or are they going to have their first ever Black World Champion be a transitional champion? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, follow me on X at DCrossman25. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.